Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to present the close analysis and critical interpretation on literature and authors in 21st century by Shaina Carullo. In this video, we're going to analyze Play the Game written by Ariesa Domingo, also known as Beeyotch. But first, let us know Ariesa Domingo, a.k.a. Beeyotch, the author of Play the Game. Ariesa Domingo, a.k.a. Beeyotch, is a 26-year-old Filipino writer under the pen name Beeyotch. She is a third-year student studying law in San Beda College. She is widely known in Wattpad community as Beeyotch. Her stories are posted in Wattpad and she already published some of her works under pop fiction. Some of her famous stories are Just the Benefits, Seducing Drake Palma, and also she writes a series such as GDL or Gomez de Liano series, Your series, and her newest series which is the Game series. These are some of her published books: A Damn Good Kisser, Seducing Drake Palma, and Dating Alice Perez. Among the 21st century authors, what makes Beeyotch special? I consider Ariesa Domingo as an extraordinary writer. She writes stories that are somehow related to her life experiences. Her passion in writing reflects herself as a student, traveler, and many more. Her experiences in life became the foundation of her in building the characters in her every story. The intelligence of Beeyotch is shown in her works, from the choices of words and on how she put conflicts and resolution in her story. She never failed to leave a lot of lessons after the end of the stories. She somehow inspired me to pursue my dream more and to be someone better in the future. I'm rooting for Beeyotch to be a licensed lawyer someday. So now, we're going to analyze Game Series 1, Play the Game, written by Beeyotch. These are the leading characters: Catherine Therese Arellano, also called Kitty, and Juan Alexandro Yurchenko, also called Jax. Background of the story: Play the Game is the first story in the Game series of Ariesa Domingo, under her pen name Beeyotch. The story is about Kitty and Jax fought for their love and justice. Kitty is from a broken family. She is only child and her parents are separated, but still into marriage for the sake of their business. Everything she needed was being sustained by her parents, but she lived in their house only with her yaya. Meanwhile, Jack's family is perfectly fine. Her mother is a lawyer while his father is a surgeon, and he have a sister named Joey, who are studying medicine. Joey is a close friend of Kitty. She is the reason why Kitty and Jax met. Jax and Kitty graduated and passed the bar exam, which led them to be a licensed lawyers. Everything is fine not until Kitty's parents died on airplane crash, a start of Kitty's nightmare. Among the stories in Game series, Why Play the Game is my favorite. Among the stories I have read in Game series, PTG is something incredibly beautiful. I love the characters and how they go along the story. Additionally, the attachment of the law in the story makes it more interesting for me. I like how the author writes the point of views of the characters, and I was amazed by how she put conflicts. Her plot twist is unpredictable that made me feel roller coaster of emotions. It is really worth to read. The story itself is beyond fiction. I'm happy that Ariesa Domingo wrote this kind of stories because, to be honest, it is glitch-wrecker. I've learned so many things right after I read the game. I actually told myself that this story is my new favorite, and I consider it as one of the best stories I've read. Let us now plot mapping. It consists of 5 parts: the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and denouement. First, the exposition. Kitty met Jax on Joey's birthday. Kitty met Jax on Joey's sister birthday. The two had a short conversation while everyone in the house is busy with the celebration. Kitty was amazed of how Jax talked, and after she knew that Jax is studying law, she pursued herself to enter the same law school, which is the SCA. Jax feels uncomfortable in Kitty's presence on his school. Meanwhile, Kitty experienced hardships in studying law, but she's enjoying it, especially when Jax is around. After 4 years of admiring Jax from afar, Kitty and Jax finally got into their relationship. Second is the rising action. Kitty's parents died on airplane crash. Kitty and Jax's relationship is perfectly fine. They study together, eat together, and they did go in different places together. Unfortunately, Kitty's parents are not in favor of their relationship, but their relationship is still continues. It is Kitty's father's birthday when the airplane crash happened. Her parents are about to surprise her, but it happened that Kitty was being surprised by her parents' unexpectedly death. She mourned and experienced number of breakdowns, while Jax is patiently consoled and stay in her side. Right after Kitty's parents' burial, Jax's closest friend, who happened to be his classmate, told her that Jax is failing. Kitty is devastated and shocked that she even blamed herself, and that is when she decided to end their relationship. And the third part is the climax. Kitty was accused of parricide. After Jax passed the bar exam, Kitty was there to give him flowers just to congratulate and to do her promise when they're still together. But Jax has already stone heart that he refused to accept it, and he ran away from Kitty. That was when Kitty realized that she has no longer space in Jax's heart, and she met the guy named Kier, who helped her in managing the company left by her parents, and he also helped Kitty in finishing her studies. Kier and Kitty got married, but unfortunately, Kier started to hurt Kitty physically that resulted miscarriage of her unborn baby. Kitty lived an awful marriage. Kier, being in a good mood, decided to have a vacation with Kitty alone in Batangas. That was where the crime happened. Kitty woke up with her head aching and holding a knife full of blood. She can't even move because her husband, Kier, is on top of her unconscious and full of blood. Kitty was only the person in the crime, which led her to be the main suspect of her husband's death. And the fourth part, the falling action. Kitty's innocence was proved. Kitty was brought to jail for interrogation. Her friends are there to help her, but she doesn't expect that Jax will be there to be her lawyer. She doesn't want to drag Jax on her mess life, but Jax is persistent to help her. It was a tough battle for Kitty and Jax, especially the other side which is Claire's powerful family, and the prosecutor is her close friend back in college who used all evidence just to put her on prison. Kitty's world tear apart when the judge finally announced her guilty and sentenced her to be imprisoned. Kitty experienced hell in jail. Her hope is slowly disappeared. She knows that she is innocent and she have no capability to cause harm in her husband. Jacques didn't give up despite of the death threats he constantly receives. He continues finding a legal solution for Kitty's case. That's when someone gave a photo of two men came out from the rest house where the crime happened. The case was opened again and finally Jacques proved that Kitty is innocent and it is her stepmother who's behind of everything. And the last part is the denouement. Kitty and Jacques started over again. Kitty was traumatized of everything she had been through. She flew to Alaska to relax and find herself. Years passed, she decided to go back in Philippines where Jacques is patiently waiting for her. While Kitty is away, she assigned someone whom she met in the jail in organizing her newly built firm on the Philippines to help people who can't afford justice for themselves. When she came back, she met Jacques while processing papers for a case. Kitty and Jacques started over again, and in Joey's wedding reception, Jacques proposed to Kitty. Eventually, they got married, and finally, they could start building their own family. Let us now enumerate the conflicts in the story. First, man versus himself. Second, man versus man. And last is man versus society. First is the man versus himself. This is when Kitty is having a hard time dealing with everything happened. She's conflicted with her own emotions that resulted to multiple breakdowns, that she didn't see that she's losing her studies, and her relationship with Jacques is not healthy anymore. From the guilt, uncontrolled emotions, and pity for herself, the conflict man versus himself is obviously shown. Also, when Jacques is blinded by his love for Kitty, that he forgot to prioritize his own studies, which caused breakup of his relationship with Kitty. Also, the anger he had for Kitty, Jacques was overcome by his anger that he refused to accept Kitty's effort to fix their relationship. His consistent rejection pushed Kitty to give up and to accept another man with the hope that she can be happy again. The second is man versus man. It is the time when Kitty is troubled with her first husband and its family in the midst of their marriage. Kitty was being physically hurt by Claire, her first husband, and Claire's family is okay with it. Kitty don't even see herself fighting back with Claire. She just accepts every pain Claire caused her. Lastly is the man versus society. This is when Kitty and Jacques is facing the court and trying to prove Kitty's innocence in the crime happened in Batangas, which caused Claire's death. It was hard for the two of them to fight for the justice since Claire's family have the money and the power to put Kitty on jail. All the blames are on Kitty since she was the only person who's with Claire that time. This is my own reflection about the story. Kitty and Jacques' story prove us that greatest love will never be forgotten. After so many years of being separated, they still found each other. In the midst of chaos, they fought together. Kitty's life is hard and not easy to deal with. There are a lot of tragedy happened from her parents' death, broken relationship with Jax, her failed marriage, her miscarriage, and her being accused of parricide. I salute Kitty for being strong despite of all happenings. I love how Jax defends Kitty in the court. It is a fact that Kitty's case is a lawsuit case because there are lack of evidence, yet Jax still holds on and stay by her side. Thus, their mistakes are evident in the story. I understand Kitty's situation, but to let go of their relationship just because they miserably failing on their studies can be avoided if they just settle and figure things out. Though, we'll never know what is the better decisions since they will not be in their place if the things don't happen. I understand Jack's stone heart, but I'm sad that he still have feelings for Kitty, but his anger got him better. Kitty's and Care marriage is so awful. I don't want to blame Kitty for her decision in marrying Care, but I just hope that she can see her worth at that time because she really don't deserve every pain she received from Care. Marriage shouldn't be like that. Moreover, the case of Kitty is related to reality that justice are for those who can afford it. People who have enough intelligence, money, and power can control the law itself. Justice should be equal, but it seems that it is only in favor for those rich people just like the family of Care. At the end of the day, privilege is evident in the story. I am happy that Kitty was proved innocent for the crime she didn't even know how it happened. I'm happy that she and Jax get back together and finally they could continue their love for each other. They deserve the happiness they want. I'm really glad that the story ended well, but it still hurts because of the things happened between them. The important is that they get back together and finally they can now build their own family. These are my references for Ariesa Domingo information and for Play the Game written by Ariesa Domingo /Beeyotch. And for the characters visual illustration, credits to Bang a.k.a. That's all. Thank you. I hope you did enjoy my presentation and I hope you like the story as much as I like it.